Hi Susanne, so here is, I've got 4 versions to zip through very quickly, and I'm just going to jump into a slightly better perspective view there. So this is the closest I think we can get to your description. There are some just options I want to show you though. This is it's a discontinued Elfa product, but it is a pressed metal work surface, so it's tough, it'll wipe clean. The other alternatives are Elfa melamine, a click-in surface which has 0 moisture resistance, and I certainly wouldn't use it if you're getting damp clothes, laundry clothes or laundry products anywhere near it. Don't go for the melamine. The other alternative, which will look almost identical, is a decor shelf. It's the old style of decor shelf, which I can still get. Again, I suspect that's going to have issues with damp near it or damp clothes being dumped on it. But this metal work surface will be wiped clean. You can get it wet. You could put wet clothes on it, damp clothes on it, doesn't matter. And 2 flat shelves above. That's C1, concept 1. Let's go to C2. All I've done is demonstrate that you can get an extra shelf in there. You'll have these 3D views and a 2D view in an email. Let's go to C3. Same thing here, the same options there for that work surface. I'm recommending the metal one. And this first shelf is called a basket shelf, so it's like the wire shelves, but it has this 100mm upstand here and transparent end caps and dividers. It's really good for storing laundry products. You might need to create a bit more of height there, but I've got lots of clients who have used these for storing bottles of detergent, stain remover, all sorts of stuff like that. And you'll see that I've also added the wire shelf dividers onto the flat shelves. I thought that's a nice way of separating and keeping very neat folded towels and things like that. Let's go to C4, concept 4. I've kept the wire shelves and dividers here, but what I've shown here is Elfa's laundry drying rack. I've just remembered there was another version of C3 which I think I've got. I'm just going to try and find that because I know I took a screen grab of it. Bear with. I think that is it. Yes. So, you could also, as an alternative to the drying rack, drying clothes, you could put a hanging rail under this shelf. I'm trying to move that around, it's a static image. So yeah, pretty obvious what's going on here. You could put shirts on coat hangers, get them to air, get them to dry. I don't know, how much laundry function you're doing in this room. It's obviously got a shower function in it as well. But so you may not want clothes hanging around with it looking like a laundry, but that's an option. So let's go back to the Elfa drying rack. That is designed to fold down out of the way like that. So you only need to lift that up if you want to cover it in clothes to dry or to air. May or may not be appropriate to your space. So lots of options there, a few different ideas. If you could just sort of come back to me point by point, do you want the drying rack, yes or no? Do you want a rail under one of the shelves, yes or no? Do you like these dividers? And are you happy with this suggestion of a metal work surface? The only other thing I would say is that you've got a choice between mesh and wire shelves here. Now that's actually my interpretation of mesh, but in reality it's a perforated mesh sheet. It's much finer, more delicate looking than this. the metal wire does look a bit like this, but slightly bigger sort of squares. Now, you've mentioned one deep basket here, and I would say if you're going to have a deep basket, they're really only suitable for very bulky items like woolens. If you were going to fill that up with linen or bed sheets, the bearings, the runners here would not be strong enough. It would be too much weight. So if you want to load that up with heavy stuff like cotton, I would say make that a medium size, 18 centimetres tall, not 28. Or if it's just for very bulky items, the 28 centimetre deep will do. The other alternative is, instead of having the mesh, have the wire. It's a bit more robust, and I know I've got one image somewhere with a wire basket and a mesh basket side by side. The mesh is prettier, the wire is slightly more robust, better for sort of utilitarian settings. I think that's everything. I hope that's helpful. Bye bye.